Hi. So, I know I'm posting a second video today. That's because of questions I've been asked. How I'm feeling about tomorrow. It's Friday. Trump gets put in office. Protesting is not going to do a goddamn thing to stop it. Blocking off half of Portland just because you want to have a protest isn't going to stop the fact that he's going to be president. It's going to piss people off who need to take the public transit that is not running that part of Portland now to get home or to get to work or to get to something with their kids or to get to have fun. You're going to piss a lot of people off by your little protest. That's going to mean nothing. Look, we protested on the day he became president. What did it accomplish? You got a picture in the paper, you got put on the news. That's all it accomplishes. You know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow? Going to work, coming home, cleaning my house, going to bowling, and probably sitting down and doing what I'm doing now, which is eating ice cream at 10 in the evening because I subsequently passed out all day and said, fuck everything. And you know why? Because my actions right now aren't going to affect what's going to happen tomorrow. My actions tomorrow are not going to affect the presidency. We can't do anything about it. It's already something that's been going on. And imagine if he gets impeached. His vice president, who's 10 times worse than he is, that everybody's ignoring that fact, is going to screw everything up and is probably going to be the cause of World War III. Oh no, Trump gets pissed off at somebody commenting something mean about him on Twitter. Let him make an ass of himself. Doesn't mean he represents who we are. He represents a position that is normally known as the fall person. Something goes wrong, you blame the president. You don't blame Congress who made the decision or who voted against something that would help us. You blame the president. So basically, he's just become a glorified fall guy. You should be happy about this because that just makes Trump look even worse. But at the same time, only one protest that I know that has done anything has been the oil company one with the Native Americans, BlackRock. That has been the only protest that I can remember, besides Martin Luther King and all those in the past, that's done something. The last protests in the last since 2010 have been nothing but stuff that just ends up in riots and people dying and it taking a cause that was supposed to be something good and making it into almost a terrorist group. Think about it. So far, protests against Trump has done what? Made him more popular and more medialized. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows everything about him. Basically, protesting him is making him more famous. Way to go. So when people ask me what my opinion on protesting or something like that, I say, unless it does something to actually bring something to light, it does nothing. But the second people start rioting, hurting others, destroying property, getting arrested for actually being violent, it takes that cause that you want and disintegrates it. It takes what you were trying to change and makes you wrong. Everything that you work for in a protest is gone. The second one person or a group of idiots join in and start destroying stuff or vandalizing or hurting others. That's what happens. And yeah, people are calling, we can protest this and change everything. Did that work when they did it with Obama being president? No. Did it change anything? No. What we need to do is focus on what we can do to better the situation. And yes, I will admit there have been shitty things that he's decided already, like people he's choosing for positions. I really wish somebody can take that part away from him because, fuck. Guns just because of grizzly bears? Great reasoning. And disabilited, disabilited teenagers or kids with disabilities don't deserve to go and have the same education as everyone else. This lady's a piece of work. And I'm pretty sure people know what I'm talking about. And this whole boycott a movie just because of something that was taken out of context, something that was part of something, and they've even said they stopped filming, and that other clip you can obviously see was filmed on a different day. Yeah, boycott a movie because TMZ says so. TMZ has been wrong so many times. It's just like BuzzFeed. They make up hype just so you follow it, and anyone who uses PETA as a credible anything is not worth listening to or watching, in my opinion. The second you say, oh, well, PETA also agrees or is in with us on. No, you just lost all credibility. PETA to me is a borderline terrorist group and has been labeled as such in other countries. I remember as a teenager, they tried to shut down an animal shelter in my area because they were turning people away because they had no more room for animals. They were a no-kill shelter and they had no more room for animals because nobody was adopting. They were all going to pet stores, which I believe you should adopt or buy from a pet store depending on what you want. Animals need home regardless of where they're at. But PETA was trying to shut them down because they refused to take any more animals. Instead of giving them money to help them, they were trying to shut them down so all those animals would go to kill shelters. Think about that. PETA is nothing but trash. So anytime somebody says, well, PETA is backing us, great. That's like saying Al Qaeda is backing you. In my eyes, at least. I'm not going to boycott a movie just because somebody says I should. I look into the facts and find out the truth. Nobody boycotted The Hobbit when animals died on set. Nobody said anything until later on after it was released, and so far there's still no big deal about it. There are some websites that make a big deal about it, mostly run by PETA. But somebody who takes a film, clips of the film being filmed, and holds on to it for over a year, because this stuff was shot over in 2005. Well, not 2015, sorry. And it's 2017, and they're just putting it out before the film is released. It's either a disgruntled employee or somebody who wants to trash a movie because they didn't get paid enough. Or they got fired. Or they think, well, if I do this now, I'll be famous. Yeah. That's my opinion on that one, too. And I've been asked that a few times today already. And I'm at the point where I'm seeing protests of more than inconvenience. Somebody asked me my feelings on the fact that some law passers are trying to get a bill passed that says if you hit somebody that is protesting on a freeway, highway, or blocking traffic for protesting reasons, you won't be charged. It's mostly so that ambulances can get through, or people that have emergencies, like, say, a dying animal in their car, or a person in labor in their car, or situations like that. Yeah, some will let an ambulance through, but what if somebody is trying to drive their loved one somewhere and they're going into labor? And your ass is protesting Donald Trump being president and blocking the road. What if somebody's dog's having an allergic reaction to something and you're trying to get them to their emergency vet, but you can't because somebody is protesting because somebody said no more safe spaces? Or somebody said that nobody's paying attention to this topic. Let's protest in cities that it makes no sense to protest in. Yeah. You want to know things that make no sense in protesting? Pretty much anything going on that's not in your city or state that has zero impact on your life. Unless it's going on that it has an impact in your life, then maybe it's something to stand up for, but at the same time, protesting obviously isn't doing the job. Protesting and boycotting things is not going to do something. If something goes wrong, that's the first thing people jump to. So my opinion about it, I'm 30 years old. I'm not dealing with this childish bullshit. I don't like the fact that sometimes I can't go into Portland because somebody is protesting something and it's blocking off half the streets for me to go anywhere. Or I can't take the train or the bus somewhere because they're protesting that and that line can't run because it goes right through there and they can't do anything about it. Think about it. You're inconveniencing people and it's just going to piss them off. And for what? A few seconds of being on the media. Believe it or not, nobody's going to remember the protests that you made in the middle of Pioneer Square in Portland over Trump being elected. If anything, they're going to go, well, guess what? You just made that day more memorable for his election. He may not have as many people coming out to watch his inauguration, or people probably will not watch it on TV, but it will be remembered because of your asses protesting. And the fact that it didn't do anything but a bunch of people like, oh yeah, these guys protested the president being inaugurated. But guess what? He was still inaugurated. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of him being a president. I really don't. But the only thing that's going to change that is waiting for him to screw up to a degree that gets him impeached or somebody tries to kill him and succeeds. That's the only thing that's going to change anything. Think about it, people. I'm not saying go around and try to kill. No, don't kill anyone. Just remember, some things are better off just going home and meditating over or watching funny cat videos on YouTube because you can't stop what's already going on. It's happening. We have to deal with it. Maybe these 4 years won't be as bad as we think. Because trust me, I am going to vote for whatever douchebag nutball they put up next, just so I don't have to have him in the office again. God, I hope it's not Hillary. But on that same note, stop and think about what you're doing before you decide to go out and protest something that probably will not make it, well, not probably, definitely won't make a difference. And somebody getting put in a position of power that quite a few of you voted for, and by a few of you I mean Americans, voted for. Yeah. Just remember, those people who casted the votes that mattered in the states, those people are the ones you need to replace. Because obviously they weren't speaking the minds of the people. Think about that. Think about working on replacing them. Think about that. Think about writing your congressman or woman. Think about bombarding their inboxes. Think about bombarding them with phone calls. Do that. Take the proper steps before saying, screw it, let's go take to the street and piss everyone off. Think about what you're doing before you do it. And seeing that it's 10 o'clock and I'm supposed to be up at 3 a.m., I'm going to go finish my ice cream and go to fuck to bed. Because, damn, I need to meditate to get this rage out because fuck. I already have 3 people that called me and said they won't be able to make their shift at Furry Friends tomorrow because they won't be able to get out of Portland because of this. And I can't cover for them because I have other things that I can't miss. So one of the other people are going to have to cover for them. Yeah. Protesting so far, I've only seen one successfully do something. And that was because as soon as people finally started paying attention to it, it worked. You don't see people protesting for Flint, Michigan's water. It's being ignored. Maybe protest for that instead of who's going to be in the White House and on the next episode of Who Wants to Be the President. Maybe try to fix things and then worry about the stupidity that's going to go on with the government. Fix water that's poisoning kids. Fix homelessness. Bother your congressman or woman until something changes. Protesting isn't going to do anything except for piss off a lot of people and get ignored. People just go, oh, it's another protest. Please, people, I ask you to think about it. Blessed be.